Myself, I am myself. I am Dr. Raghu. Dr. Satya is not coming today. He missed the flight in the morning, and he called me and said to present me on his behalf. So I am very much thankful to him. So I'm basically Ayurvedic doctor and then MD in acupuncture, and also I have done psychology. Basically, I'm practicing psychotherapy. I may be using acupuncture and Ayurveda and other therapies as and when needed, but basically my research was like whether is it possible to cure a disease just working at the mental level. We can take the help of other things, but so my research has always been to start treatment from mind, not from body. There are two ways. Whatever you do to the mind will influence the body, and whatever you do otherwise it affects. So mostly almost all the therapies are focused on working through the body, either through food or medicines or whatever it is, or needles and all these things. But my research was, since I am from yogic tradition, I wanted to try it otherwise after completing my BAMS. So I have worked on hundreds of clients and used to spend 1.5 hour to 3 hours with each client, taking the history in detail, and you try to use various psychotherapeutic techniques along with Shirodhara to bring the results. And I have got excellent results. And so when Satyanarayana told me to present on his behalf, I felt lucky because it's the same area and he was working. So the topic is multidimensional effects of Shirodhara and psychosomatic axis in the management of psychophysiological disorders. So Satyanarayan sir has told that he is interested in this word psychosomatic axis. Mostly we are dealing with somatic axis, but nobody is dealing with this conjunction, psychosomatic axis. So just this presentation is to lighten this concept that we have to consider both body, mind at a time. And to say more specifically from yogic tradition, you have to consider even the inner soul, the past lives and all these things. I'm also a past life regression therapist. I have done a lot of case studies on that. So I would like to bring this body, mind and spirit approach. So as we know, Ayurveda, it's mainly Panchakarma. To that, Shirodhara is one. Shirodhara is one component. So here, one important point is that Acharya Sushruta has said, body is like a tree upside down. So if we consider this as the root, whatever you do to here, it will affect entire body, because this face has all the things that connect to the body, 5 sense organs, manas, and everything. So either yogic or any Ayurvedic approach, it's mainly you have to treat to the head. Then it is even more effective, either through Nasya Karma or Shirodhara, all these things. Because it will directly address the mind, and from the mind it addresses the brain. From the brain it addresses other neuroendocrine system. So let me put it this way, it is Vasti as we consider it as king and queen as Shirodhara. And whatever you see in posters or various Ayurvedic advertisement, you see this symbol, this Shirodhara symbol. And mostly people miss this treatment in their therapy. So most of you, since you are from Ayurvedic background, I don't need to specify these things. Definition of Panchakarma, principles of Panchakarma, objectives of Panchakarma. So let me directly come into the topic of Shirodhara. So rather than saying it's oil dripping, let me put it Ayurvedic transcranial oil dripping, because it is passing through the layer of cranium and reaching to the brain, and then it is reaching to the mind. So whatever we do in the name of Shirodhara, it creates certain state of mind in you. It is called restful alertness. For example, if you are resting, you may fall into sleep and you don't listen to what I am saying. But there is other way where people are very alert and they are focused and they miss whatever that is there in this room. So a better way of being is restful alertness, where you are restful, relaxed. Every muscle of your body is cool, and your mind is alert. So Shirodhara brings you this state where you are restfully alert. You are not lost somewhere. Your mind is present here, and at the same time, your body is not tight and focusing on me. It's relaxed. So Shirodhara is one such thing which gives you this state, and it brings the change from within, not at the physical level. It brings from your perception level, your behavioral level. Your cognitive functions will change. So, like we can say how this therapy might have been invented. So, let me tell it from this side. It's like Shivalinga is always poured with that thing. So, Shiva is mainly we can consider as Rajasic in quality. He is highly vibrant. He is energetic. So, anytime Shiva Tandavam can happen. It's like that. So, a diseased patient also we can take it same way, particularly when it is Manasika Rogas. So maybe this is the way how Shirodhara has been invented. So requirements and procedure of Panchakarma, what are the things that are needed? I think most of you may be knowing Drone and all these things. Coconut shell we can use, and you will be using almost like 3 liters of oil per session. And number of sessions, it may go from 14 to, sometimes you can go, if it is chronic patient, it is 30 sessions. As far as treatment time is concerned, it is from 30 minutes to 1.5 hours. It's ideal. So before doing the treatment, it's necessary that Abhyanga is done to the whole body because it gives better result. So you can do this pouring of the oil over the head in a linear manner, or you can do in the symbol of infinity. This symbol of infinity, or it is called selectic wave, it has a very significance. Our entire body is made up of 8 pattern, infinity pattern. Every cell of our body vibrates in certain rhythm, which is not perceptible to the normal eye. Though this body appears like a static rigid one, every cell is vibrating. From the quantum physics, if we see it is every cell is vibrating. There are certain laws on which the universe functions, that is law of vibration, law of attraction, law of co-creation, law of love. So this Shirodhara mainly functions on the law of vibration. It oscillates your entire cells in such a way that they come to very fine way of resonance, and in that resonance, body, mind, and spirit are aligned in a very coordinated manner, and they three function as one single unit. If not, our body goes in one way, our mind goes in the other way, and we are always like a split personality. So Shirodhara brings you integration. It brings your body, mind, and soul in one intact way. And then your entire perception, the way you react to the situations will change in life. Just living from the body, it's like you are in the waiting list on this planet. You are just in the waiting hall doing nothing. You are doing a lot of things about the body and all these things. But ultimately, you are here with a purpose. There is a purpose with which each soul comes to the planet. It is called life design. Life is a continuation from life to life. So what we are stuck in this plane, stuck with the physical life. We do not know who we are beyond body. And something is their mind. Beyond mind, we are something more than that. We are the soul. So mostly we live from the body or from the mind that is created by the society. You have your own, mostly you will not have your own goals. Those are borrowed from your parents or society or the trend that is going medical or allopathy or engineering, all these things. But there is no specific person called inside us, a person who can say, yes, this is me. This is me. I have been living so many years. I know who I am beyond body, beyond mind. I know what my life patterns are, how my life is created day by day, where I head in life, what happens to me after that. These things we are not able to pursue because our orientation is always like a split personality. We are not an integrated being. So if we become an integrated being, we will know all these things, the other dimensions beyond the physicality. So there are different types of dharas. If you use oil, it is called Taila Dhara. If you use buttermilk, it is called Takra Dhara. If you use breast milk, it is Stanya Dhara. Or you can simply use water. It will also create a lot of effect in the patient's mind. It is Jala Dhara. And Satyanarayana has been using specifically Gritadhara along with other combinations. So he asked me to stress that point. So these are the various benefits. These things you will find in any kind of books. So I don't need to tell in detail. So let me present you the anatomical structures involved in Dara. So Stapani, Simanta and Adipati marmas are the main marmas that are involved. And along with that, from the spiritual aspect, we can take Agna Chakra and Sahasrara Chakra are addressed during the treatment. From the pure anatomical structure, it is frontal lobe, scalp and meninges are involved. So this is a brief diagram of that. These are the marmas, and below is the physical structures. And these are the arteries, supratrochlear, supraorbital, and all these things finally becoming the middle meningeal arteries. Along with that nerves, it is finally these nerves all lead to cerebrum. So these are the veins. These are 4 paired diploic veins. This is the diagram of the veins, how our body is with veins, arteries, nerves. So physiological effects of Dora, it mainly harmonizes the left brain and right brain functions. And that way it integrates your masculine and femininities, cold and hot temperatures in the body. It brings you to a balance.
Stick to your study, what you done.
Yes, yes.
That all theoretical also we all known.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. So it's mainly psychosomatic axis. So main thing is just treating from the body is not enough. We have to consider Atma, Indriya and Sattva, and because these are the things that are expressed through Sharira, and to put in terms of qualities, it is bodily Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and from the mind it is Rajotama, Sattva, and these all in a combined way are addressed in the Shirodhara. So coming to psychosomatic axis, what happens is hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis is addressed here. So when we consider it from the point of psychosomatic axis versus Shet Chakras, it is both neuroendocrines and also these things that are addressed. So some studies, it's like from the Japan university it is done, and before the trials they have taken the biochemical, immunological and psychoparameters and also altered states of consciousness into consideration, and they have found significant results. So this is society from Mumbai. So there is a lot of change after the Shirodhara in the respiratory levels calm down. And also in the blood pressure, there is a lot of decrease in systolic and diastolic blood pressure. So this is some other case. So coming to psychophysiological or psychosomatic, it is, we can consider this as in terms of Shet Kriya Kalas, where how repressed thoughts and these things, yeah. Yeah, it's, yeah, yeah.
Everybody
So
we know these things.
Yes,
We
yes.
are also seeing the papers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So coming to dimensions of, concluding. So coming to dimensions of Shirodhara, it takes you into higher consciousness states, and also it is one form of passive meditation, and it reduces physical and mental stress, and it influences your psychoneuro systems and also third eye. And conclusions, it's like mostly we do not incorporate this mind concept into the treatments, and Shirodhara is one such thing which addresses your mind directly. And though coming to psychiatry, there are a lot of things that are happening, but without using medicine, there is no better approach, and I think Shirodhara is one such useful approach. And thank you. Yes.
Does somebody have some questions here?